Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining. Going to wait a couple more minutes for some more people to join, but welcome back to our first segment of EQ&U 2022. Happy New Year, everybody. Now that we have some people joining, figured I'd introduce myself. I am Sydney, the Senior Dosage Specialist here on the Member Education team at Equilibria. Very excited to be the one welcoming you all into the new year with some CBD education. Today, we are going to be talking about getting started with a CBD routine. So this is for all of you who have maybe just ordered or are thinking about ordering. You have come to the right place. Again, for everybody who just joined, I am Sydney, Senior Dosage Specialist here at Equilibria, and with that, let's get started. So first things first, what is CBD? That's a pretty big question that, we all need to know the answer to before we put something new in our bodies. So starting with the basics, CBD is a phytocannabinoid, which means that it's a molecule in the cannabinoid family produced in plants. And in particular, CBD is produced by the cannabis sativa plant, which includes both hemp, which is cannabis that contains less than 0.3% THC, and THC dominant cannabis, which is cannabis that contains more than 0.3% THC. And THC dominant cannabis is legal on a state-by-state basis. You can buy it in dispensaries, both medically and recreationally, depending on the state that you're in. Whereas hemp, again, containing less than 0.3% THC, is legal on a federal level. So here at Equilibria, we do offer a line of full spectrum hemp products, which means that you are going to have CBD, a lot of other phytocannabinoids as well. They actually have identified over 114 thus far, and that research is still ongoing. But it's important to note that full spectrum CBD does contain trace amounts of THC. However, it's always going to be under that 0.3%, which does make all of our products federally legal. So now that you know a little bit more about what CBD is, let's jump into a brief overview about how it works in the body. So CBD does work in a system called the endocannabinoid system, which is known to be responsible for maintaining balance throughout the body. This system has receptors on nearly every body surface, and those receptors are activated by molecules called endocannabinoids, which are cannabinoids that are produced in animal bodies. In fact, almost every animal has them, excluding insects. Insects do not have an endocannabinoid system. But what's really cool is that these cannabinoids, whether they are phytocannabinoids or endocannabinoids, do all share a very similar molecular structure, which means that these phytocannabinoids have a system in your body to work alongside your existing biological processes. So with that said, one thing that's really important to understand when embarking on your CBD journey is that we're not looking to treat any underlying conditions with CBD. Instead, what we're looking to do is address the symptoms of conditions by amplifying your body's natural balancing properties. So before jumping into our products, I do want to ease everybody's mind a little bit with some safety talk. The World Health Organization did release a safety profile on CBD that says it is non-habit forming, you cannot build a tolerance to it, and you cannot overdose on it. However, your CBD dose is going to be quite unique based on your individual body chemistry, and there is such a thing as taking too much, which is why we always recommend starting with those regular strength products, low and slow, and then working with a dosage specialist to increase your dose as needed. While it's not anything to do with that overdosing, we often do see that when members take more CBD than their body needs at a given time, they experience the opposite of the desired effect, and that's known as the biphasic effect of CBD. So again, just something to keep in mind, starting low and going slowly is really a great way to find that sweet spot dose. So basic overview there of what CBD is, how it's working in the body. Let's jump into how to actually get started with our products. So the first thing you're going to want to do is identify your health goals. What are you actually looking to address with a CBD routine? For example, a couple of our most popular health goals include managing stress or mood, working on falling asleep, staying asleep, focus, energy, discomfort. All of those different things are, health goals that our members are actively working toward with their CBD routine. So once you've decided what you're looking to address with a CBD routine, it's time to pick those products that you're starting with. Most important thing to keep in mind when picking those products is that starting with something is better than starting with nothing. Once you get started, we have our team of dosage specialists here to help you understand how you're responding to that product, maybe recommend something new, maybe recommend some adjustments to the existing products you have, but starting somewhere and then listening and learning along the way is a really great way to get the routine where it needs to go. So starting out with our regular strength products. Again, we do recommend starting low and slow. So I'm going to be talking about the regular strength products today. And I'm actually going to work through them in terms of how quickly they kick in. So the first of our 3 daily products is the daily drops. Those are an oil that are placed under your tongue. They're supposed to absorb entirely under your tongue. They take approximately 15 to 30 minutes to kick in and last for approximately 4 to 6 hours. So these can be a really great option, for example, if you're struggling to wind down at night and need a little extra fast-acting support. They can also be a really great option during the day, either as part of your routine doses, giving you that support, whether you need it early in the morning, maybe it's midday. And they can also be a really great option for as needed doses as well. So those daily drops are really versatile in terms of how you can actually use them as part of your routine and for additional support. The next product that I want to talk about is the daily soft gels. Now, the oil within the soft gels is quite similar to the oil in the drops, but what's a little bit different is that these soft gels have a protective gel casing on them. They are swallowed whole and need to be processed through the digestive system. So 2 things to keep in mind when you are swallowing those soft gels. First is that they are going to take a little bit longer to kick in, typically around 1 to 3 hours. But on the flip side, they do offer more extended support for an average of 6 to 8 hours. The other thing to keep in mind is that when you are swallowing your CBD, it's often best to pair it with some food, in particular a healthy fat, as that can significantly increase the amount of CBD you absorb from each. So if you're looking into the soft gels, first consider, is there a time in your day where you do need that extended support, but also that you will be able to pair them with some food. A couple examples of how our members are using the soft gels would be during the day to address their baseline of stress, maybe to address their baseline of fluctuating mood, even some sort of baseline of discomfort. Whereas at night, they can be a really good fit for members who are struggling to sleep through the night. The next product I'm going to talk about is the last of our 3 daily products. Those would be the daily gummies. Now, those are more of a happy medium between the daily soft gels and the daily drops. They take approximately 30 minutes to an hour to kick in. As you start chewing that gummy, some of the CBD will absorb under your tongue, just like the drops do. But then the rest of it that you swallow will be processed in the digestive system, which lends to more extended effects, somewhere between approximately 4 to 8 hours. So what's really great about the gummies is, like the daily drops, they do offer more of that flexible dosing. With something like a soft gel, it's more all or nothing. You take the soft gel or you don't. It's a liquid-filled capsule. We can't necessarily cut it in half. But with the gummies or the drops, you do have the option to cut it down and maybe in half or even in quarters. So if you are somebody that's looking to start really slow, I'd then recommend the daily gummies or the daily drops. But like the daily drops and the daily soft gels, gummies are very versatile in the health goals that we can use them for as well. During the day, maybe for stress, mood, energy, focus, discomfort. At night, they can be used for winding down if you chew them a little bit longer. They can be used to help address the quality of your rest through the night if you give them a quick chew and really let that absorb through the digestive system. So again, really just some versatile products, starting with the one that you're most interested in, the one that you feel like best addresses your health goal, can be a really great place to just, jump in, get started. And then the member education team is here to help you every step of the way. So the last of our ingestible products are considered a routine booster. Those are the rapid calming melts. They come in a 15 pack, and like the daily drops, they're also absorbed under your tongue. They are a small little tablet, very discreet, placed under the tongue, taking about 5 minutes to absorb, with effects kicking in about 5 to 10 minutes later. And they offer support for approximately 3 to 6 hours. So these are best reserved for those moments of heightened stress, overwhelm, peak discomfort, really in those oh no moments when you need a little extra support. And what's really awesome about these is they are portable. So they can be thrown in a purse, a lunchbox, a backpack, whatever it is. And you'll have them to take with you on the go whenever you need them most. So brief little overview there of each of those products. But if you're still not sure where to start, we of course have other resources available for you as well. Our blog is a wonderful resource for looking into the similarities and differences between products, looking up maybe your health goals to see what products our other members or even our dosage specialists are using to address those health goals. We also have a Get Started quiz available on the homepage of our website. You can click through that. It'll help you identify your health goals, match you with some products, and even give you recommended routines with the products that you've been recommended. So many resources. If those don't cut it for you, if you still need a little extra support, you can always reach out to the member education team as well. We are available to help you via email before your purchase. And then once you've made a purchase with us, you'll not only have unlimited email support, but also have the opportunity to connect with a dosage specialist one-on-one for a 15 to 30 minute long phone call to discuss your health goals, your experience with starting your CBD routine, and then work on crafting that routine to meet your unique needs, fit your lifestyle and your health goals. So, along with all of that, we are going to have some people asking about topicals as well. I'm sure we have a wonderful range of topicals in our line. Excuse me. The first one I want to mention is the Relief Balm. This can be a really great option for those of you especially looking to address discomfort, both from the inside out with some of those ingestible products and the outside in. The Relief Balm has 500 milligrams of full spectrum CBD, along with arnica, menthol, and then lavender and rosemary essential oils. It is absolutely one of my favorite products. I get a lot of tension in my neck sitting on a computer all day. I apply that product daily, and it really does help relieve some of that tension for me and a lot of our members as well. Another great product, moving more into the bath products, bath and body products, the Mindful Mineral Soak. Whether you're somebody who's dealing with, aches and tension throughout your body, maybe you just need another way to relax and unwind at the end of the day, that Mindful Mineral Soak can be a really great option. 250 milligrams of full spectrum CBD per bag. Each bag comes with enough for 4 baths. And that has a dendritic and Mediterranean sea salt base, along with jasmine and gardenia essential oils as well. So again, if you're looking for an extra way to relax and unwind at the end of the day, maybe relieve some tension, that mindful mineral soak, especially in the winter, warm baths can be a really great option. Next, we have up the Dynamic Roller Duo. That comes with both a calming roller and an energizing roller. And these can be really great for those targeted areas, whether that be discomfort, irritation, you need a little aromatherapy support. That's where those roller duos really come in. They can be great to store in the fridge and use maybe on your wrists, temples, under your eyes in the morning for a little pick-me-up. They can be thrown in your bag. Whatever it is, having that extra support around can be really just pleasant to have something nice in the middle of your day, beginning of your day, end of your day, whenever it is. And then finally, with our topicals, we have the Daily Treatment Oil, which is our first venture into CBD skincare. That also has 500 milligrams of full spectrum CBD, along with a blend of 7 other botanical oils that are really meant to hydrate, soothe the skin, reduce redness, just overall bring more balance to your skincare routine. And I know I said the Daily Treatment Oil was the last one, but one important one that I forgot to mention, one of our members' absolute favorites, the bath bombs. Those come with a cardamom rose bath bomb and lavender lemongrass bath bombs. And those are really just for that, Instagram worthy, since we're on Instagram worthy bathing experience. They're bubbly, fizzy, sparkly, just a wonderful way to treat yourself at the end of a long day. So we have a little bit more time here. I'm not seeing too many questions come into the chat, but if you do have any questions, I'm going to scroll through right now, but please feel free to put them in the chat. Okay, I am not seeing any questions in the chat, but one question that did come in earlier this week is, can I take CBD while pregnant or breastfeeding? And at this time, the answer is, unfortunately, there have not been enough studies for us to confidently advise one way or another. We do recommend having this conversation with your licensed healthcare professional. They will be a wonderful resource for you to discuss your options and decide if taking CBD during that time is a safe option for you. Should you decide to take CBD, really glad you found us. We partner with an organic farm outside of Boulder, Colorado, where we source all of our hemp products. At that farm, they take good care to maintain the integrity of the soil, no pesticides, no heavy metal solvents. And not only do we do internal testing along every step of the production process, but we also, of course, send our products out for third-party lab testing to confirm our findings, which are always available on our website as well.